Today I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of Saint Lucy. Once upon a time, in a growing town of Syracuse on the island of Sicily, a baby girl was born into a wealthy family in the year 283 AD. Her name was Lucy, and she was known to be very beautiful. The moment she opened her eyes, God blessed her with unwavering faith that would one day lead her down to painful martyrdom and sainthood. From a young age, Lucy was drawn to prayer and piety, and she made a secret vow of chastity, promising her life to Jesus. Though Christianity was illegal at that time, her faith in Jesus never wavered. When she was a child, her father died, leaving her and her mother alone. Her mother, Eutychia, was known to be sickly, and she was worried about her daughter's future if she were to die soon. So, to save her daughter from her deteriorating health, she arranged for her daughter to marry a wealthy pagan man without her consent. Upon knowing her mother's plans, St. Lucy went to St. Agatha's tomb every day and asked her to heal her mother's illness. St. Agatha is also another Sicilian saint who was martyred and was known for healing miracles. After praying fervently, her mother's illness was miraculously healed, and this became a divine sign to keep her vow she promised to Jesus. When her mother, now healed, learned about her sacrifice, she was deeply moved by her faith. She then agreed to return the dowry and begged the family to call off the engagement. But when the man she was betrothed to found out, he got very furious. Out of spite, he reported St. Lucy to the Roman authorities for being a Christian. At that time, Christians were being persecuted under Emperor Diocletian, and refusing to worship Roman gods was a crime punishable by death. So, St. Lucy was arrested. The governor tried to break her vow of chastity. He ordered her to be defiled in a brothel, but when the guards came to take her, they couldn't physically move her. They even tied her to a team of oxen, but still couldn't drag her away. This miracle was called the miracle of immovability, which also happened to St. John the Apostle, St. Agnes, St. Peter, and some other saints. They tried to burn her alive, but the flames didn't harm her. Then a soldier removed her eyes to deter young men from admiring her beauty. Finally, a soldier ended her life by thrusting a sword into her neck. She was bleeding and lost a lot of blood. Before she died, her body was taken by fellow Christians. Then a priest came and gave her the Eucharist to comfort her, and then she passed away. In most of St. Lucy's images, she is often tenderly portrayed as a female saint holding a platter with her eyes on it. This actually tells us how painfully she suffered and endured during her martyrdom, which is very painful to imagine. After her death, devotion to her name started to grow. Then a church was built on the site of her burial to honor her name, and devotees could visit for prayer and healing. Today, St. Lucy is venerated as the patron of the blind and people with vision problems. Her feast day is celebrated every 13th of December. If you like stories like this, follow, like, and subscribe.